Hello, this is Darek. Let's Polish with me. We learned about days of the week, so now it's time for months. Is it necessary to learn about months in Polish language? Of course it is. So how could you tell your friends when you have birthday? I will explain to you names of Polish months, but listen carefully. You will learn much more vocabulary than you thought. First in Polish language is Styczeń, January. Why Styczeń? Because there is a word in Polish language, stykać, to connect something, to be very close to something, even to touch something. So stykać is just a synonym of łączyć, to connect. Right now, moje palce się stykają. So if you probably realized, Old Year styka się with New Year. That's why it's Styczeń. I bet that most Polish people didn't know about this etymology. And remember, w styczniu zaczyna się nowy rok. Next one is February, in Polish luty. I didn't know that before, but luty, it was an old Polish word. It means something like heavy, severe, hard, and cold at the same time. Why? Because in our climate zone, luty is probably the coldest month of the year. That's why, at the same time, it's shortest one. Temperature even 30 centigrades in minus. So luty to bardzo zimny miesiąc. Marzec, March. In both examples, it comes from Latin word Martius, which means the month of the Mars, this god of the war. But there's also planet Mars, very close to our planet. And ancient Romans, they noticed that this planet shines strongest in this period of the year. So they called the month like that. And now in English we say March, in Polish Marzec. Very similar. W marcu zaczyna się wiosna, dokładnie 21 marca. Next one, Kwiecień April. This one is easy. Kwiat, it's a flower. So this name points that in kwiecień flowers start to blossom. In Polish, it sounds like that. W kwietniu kwitną kwiatki. Maj, May, almost the same. And as I know, it's also based on Roman calendar. Actually, it refers to goddess Maya, Mai, or Maestas. It was probably, the last one, it was probably the proper name. And now an interesting thing. Old Polish version for this month was trawień. Sounds a bit French, I think. Travien. But don't worry, you don't have to learn it. We don't use this word anymore and you couldn't find it. But why trawień? Because trawień refers to trawa. There is a lot of trawa. Trawień, the month of the grass. But forget about it, just Maj. Czerwiec, June, and now focus. Czerwie means bee broods. I don't know if this word is proper, this name. I mean babies of bee. These small white worms. And it works like that. Bees wake up after winter, and probably it was the idea to make the name of this month. Czerwie, czerwiec. Czerwiec to początek lata i robi się ciepło. Next one is Lipiec July. Lipa, it's just a linden tree. So lindens blossom in July, and now it makes sense. Lipiec w Polsce to pierwszy miesiąc wakacji. To także najcieplejszy miesiąc w naszym kraju. Sierpień, August. When holidays and warm days getting to the end. Does this sentence make sense? Anyway, in this time, farmers do the harvest. Like cereals and all those stuff. Those days, they used to do it with sickles. I bet that most of young people don't know how to use it. Jasiński, don't show off. Have you ever used it? Okay, to be honest, I have never used it. But, alright. Sickle we call sierp. So there was a farmer. He had a sierp, sickle. He cut the grass and that's why it's sierpień. Wrzesień, September. Why wrzesień? Because heather. No, not this heather. But this heather. This is wrzos. And once again, in our climate, wrzosy are most colorful, fabulous, and fairy. By the way, there is a lot of stories, legends about wrzosy. Maybe someday I will tell you some of them. Październik, October. This one is pretty difficult. Years ago, in Poland, we used to plant hams. People used to make with hams twines and many other stuff. But first, they had to międlić konopie. I think you may call it breaking hams, but I am not sure if you call this activity like that. It's so old, so maybe I will show you how it looks like. Maybe your grandparents know and remember about it. Anyway, they had to do this to get from hams fibers and then make twines with these fibers. But after this process, they had a lot of leftovers. It was paździerz, a chaff. Paździerz, and we have październik. I am honest with you right now, I had no idea. I found it in the bottom of the internet. Listopad, November. It's very intuitive because listopad it's made with liście and spadać. Liść it's a leaf and spadać to fall down. So now you see the connection? Listo, liście, pad, spadać. Osobiście nie lubię listopada, to bardzo smutny miesiąc. And Grudzień, December. Gruda, it's a huge piece of something. Maybe not huge, just big. For example, gruda ziemi, gruda lodu, or something small like grudka lodu, a nugget of ice. And as you probably know, grudzień is kinda freezy. We usually have some snow around, grudy lodu, grudy śniegu dookoła. That's why our ancestors called this month grudzień. Grudzień jest zimny, ale Polacy lubią grudzień, bo w grudniu mamy święta, a także przychodzi do nas Mikołaj i rozdaje prezenty. We got it. I hope you liked this episode. Tell me if everything was clear. I've prepared this video with a great passion and it would be awesome if I would get some likes, thumbs, maybe comments. So remember about this and remember about subscription if you don't do this. And stay tuned! So now it's time for months. I will explain to you names of Polish months, but I will explain to you names of Polish months. First in Polish language is Styczeń. Jasiński, don't show off. So remember about this and remember about subscription if you don't do this. And also remember And if you are not my subscriber, just fix it